Welcome back to our channel. Ultimate guide to the rarest Roosevelt dimes in the United States today. These one-dime coins may seem common at first glance, but some are worth thousands or even millions of dollars because of their rarity and historical significance. In this video, we will take you through each valuable Roosevelt dime, explain their mint marks, production years, and unique characteristics that make them highly sought after by collectors. Stay tuned as we uncover which coins to hold on to, which ones could be your next big investment, and the fascinating history behind these iconic American coins. Let's get started. First up, the Roosevelt one dime minted in the year 2000 with the D Mint mark representing the Denver Mint is a coin that carries both historical significance and collectible interest. The design of the coin features the profile of Franklin Delano Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States, on the obverse side, which was introduced in 1946 shortly after his death to honor his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. The reverse side of the coin carries the familiar torch, olive branch, and oak branch symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, which has remained consistent since the coin was first issued. This particular coin from the year 2000 is made primarily of a copper core clad by layers of nickel, giving it a silvery appearance that has remained largely untarnished over the years despite circulation. The D Mint mark indicates it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the two primary mints responsible for Roosevelt dimes in that year, and it helps collectors distinguish it from the Philadelphia Mint versions, which do not carry a mint mark. Collectors often look at the condition of the coin when assessing its value, and a Roosevelt dime in fine condition shows moderate or on the highest points, but still retains all major details of the design. This includes clear lines in Roosevelt's hair, the facial features being identifiable, and the lettering on both sides of the coin. Remaining readable coins in this grade are more accessible than uncirculated examples, making them appealing to collectors who wish to own a piece of history. Without paying a premium for mint state coins, the edges of the dime remain intact, and the coin maintains a reasonable level of shine despite being handled in circulation over the last 26 years. The fine condition allows enthusiasts to appreciate the artistry of John R. Sinek's original design while recognizing the coin as a functional piece of American currency. The 2000 D Roosevelt dime is part of a larger story of American coinage that began with the introduction of the dime in 1796. It represents over 2 centuries of evolution in both design and metallurgy and demonstrates the continued reverence for leaders who shaped the nation. Roosevelt himself was instrumental in founding the March of Dimes, an organization that initially focused on combating polio and now works broadly to improve infant health. This personal connection between the president and the coin adds a layer of historical depth, making it not just currency, but a tribute to a figure whose policies and compassion left a lasting impact on millions of Americans and whose legacy continues to influence public health initiatives across the country today. Market value for this dime in fine condition remains modest, but significant to collectors. The coin is not extremely rare, but the 2000 D Mint mark is considered desirable among those completing Roosevelt dime collections. The approximate market value can range from a few dollars up to $5 or $10, depending on the coin's exact condition and demand at the time of sale. Coins with exceptional eye appeal or slightly higher grades may fetch slightly more in private transactions or online auctions. The value is also influenced by the overall popularity of Roosevelt dimes as a collectible series, which continues to attract new collectors due to the historical relevance of the president and the accessibility of coins from the late 20th century. The production of the 2000 D dime at the Denver Mint involved striking millions of coins using high-speed presses that ensured consistent quality across each piece. The process involved precise alignment of the obverse and reverse dies, as well as careful control over the metal composition to meet strict specifications. The coins were then distributed nationwide for everyday use in commerce, from grocery stores to banks, ensuring that each coin fulfilled its role as both a medium of exchange and a symbol of the United States monetary system. Despite the seemingly mundane nature of everyday transactions, these coins have quietly traveled through the hands of millions of Americans, preserving a tangible connection to the year 2000 and the cultural and economic atmosphere of the turn of the millennium. History enthusiasts often point out that the year 2000 was significant in many ways beyond coinage. It marked the beginning of a new millennium, a period of optimism, technological innovation, and global awareness. The Roosevelt dime of this year quietly witnessed events that shaped modern society, from political transitions to cultural milestones, and even subtle shifts in the economy, the coin itself serves as a small, yet persistent reminder of the continuity of American institutions and the enduring respect for leaders who dedicated their lives to public service. Its presence in collections and wallets across the nation underscores the importance of everyday objects as vessels of history. Collectors also pay attention to variations and errors in Roosevelt dimes, and while the 2000D dime does not have widely recognized major errors, minor variations may still exist in die alignment or surface strikes, making careful inspection valuable. Those who study coins often look at factors such as strike clarity, luster retention, and overall eye appeal to determine which coins are worth holding for long-term collections, versus those that may circulate out of collector interest. The fine condition of a 2000D dime ensures that it still holds a place in the market for both beginner and experienced collectors who appreciate a tangible connection to historical figures and the story of American coinage. The dime has always held a special place in American numismatics because of its association with Franklin Delano Roosevelt, whose leadership in difficult times earned him a revered place in history. Unlike other coins, which may be admired solely for metal content or rarity, the Roosevelt dime combines historical significance, aesthetic design, and accessibility. For collectors around the world, it continues to be a popular choice for those starting collections as well as for seasoned numismatists who seek to maintain a complete set of Roosevelt dimes spanning from 1946 to the present. Each coin tells a story of the year it was minted, the economic conditions of the time, and the enduring legacy of a president whose influence reached far beyond his administration. When considering selling or purchasing a 2000D Roosevelt dime, collectors often use multiple resources to assess value, including coin guides, online marketplaces, and numismatic experts. Coins in fine condition are particularly suitable for gifts, educational purposes, or as a starting point for deeper collection projects. The sentimental value of owning a piece of history can outweigh monetary considerations for many enthusiasts, as the coin connects modern holders with past generations who used it. In everyday transactions, its historical context adds richness to collections and encourages further exploration of American presidents and coinage traditions. The 2000D Roosevelt dime also holds educational value for those interested in economics, history, and art. The design elements chosen by John R. Cynic reflect both the personality of Roosevelt and broader American ideals of liberty, strength, and peace. The coin allows teachers, parents, and collectors to discuss topics ranging from presidential history to minting techniques to the symbolism embedded in national currency. By examining coins from different years and mints, enthusiasts gain insight into the evolution of design technology and the way American society honors its leaders through everyday objects. Finally, the Roosevelt dime, minted in 2000 at the Denver Mint in fine condition, represents a small but meaningful connection to history, currency, and national pride. It may not command the highest prices among rare coins, but it is cherished for its historical significance, aesthetic appeal, and place in the lineage of Roosevelt dimes. Collectors and history enthusiasts alike value it as a reminder of a time past, a president who shaped a nation, and the enduring nature of American coinage. Its presence in collections ensures that the story of Franklin Delano Roosevelt and the ongoing journey of the dime will continue to be appreciated by generations to come. Next up, the Roosevelt dime is one of the most recognizable coins in the United States, and the 2004 edition with a D mint mark is a fascinating piece of modern numismatic history. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, and it has remained in continuous circulation ever since. The coin is composed of a clad mixture of copper and nickel and features the profile of Roosevelt on the obverse side with the iconic torch, olive branch, and oak branch design on the reverse side. The 2004D Roosevelt dime was minted in Denver, and uncirculated examples of this coin are sought after by collectors who appreciate their pristine condition and the sharp detail of the design. Each coin tells a story about the era in which it was made and the legacy of the president it commemorates. The history of the Roosevelt dime is tied closely to the life of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. Roosevelt was also instrumental in founding the March of Dimes, which was dedicated to combating polio, and the coin serves as a tribute to both his leadership and charitable efforts. The D mint mark indicates that the coin was produced at the Denver Mint, which has been operational since the early 20th century and is known for its high quality. Coinage collectors often look for coins with strong strike quality and well-defined features, which are common in uncirculated examples of the 2004 D. Roosevelt dime. The 2004 D. Roosevelt dime in uncirculated condition is valued by collectors not just for its design and historical significance, but also for its rarity in pristine condition. Most coins that are used in everyday transactions develop scratches, and which lowers their market value. However, coins that have been preserved carefully since their minting often command a higher price, especially if they have exceptional luster and no contact marks. The market value of these coins can vary based on demand, grading, and overall eye appeal, but today they are considered a worthwhile addition to any collection of modern U.S. coinage. In addition to its numismatic value, the 2004 D. Roosevelt dime provides insight into the minting technology of the early 21st century. Modern coins like this are struck with precision machinery that ensures consistency and quality. The Denver Mint uses state-of-the-art presses and quality control measures to produce coins that meet exacting standards. The D Mint mark is a small but important indicator for collectors who track coins by their mint location and study the subtle differences between Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco strikes. Collectors often appreciate the Roosevelt dime series for its continuity and the subtle design changes that occur over the decades. While the 2004 D dime does not feature major design alterations, it is part of a long lineage of coins that reflect changes in minting techniques and materials. Studying these coins can reveal details about the evolution of coinage in the United States and the ongoing efforts of the mint to produce durable and attractive currency that can withstand years of circulation. The appeal of the 2004 D. Roosevelt dime extends beyond the collector community. It is a coin that is instantly recognizable to the public and serves as a tangible connection to U.S. history. The profile of Franklin D. Roosevelt on the obverse reminds us of his leadership during some of the most challenging times in American history, and the reverse design with the torch represents liberty. The olive branch symbolizes peace, and the oak branch stands for strength. This symbolism resonates with both collectors and casual observers and adds to the coin's enduring popularity. Investing in uncirculated coins like the 2004 D. Roosevelt dime can be a smart way to preserve value while enjoying the hobby of coin collecting. Uncirculated coins are often sold individually or in sets and can be purchased through reputable dealers' auctions or online marketplaces. Pricing depends on condition, rarity, and market trends, but uncirculated examples are consistently in demand due to their superior quality and aesthetic appeal. Enthusiasts often store these coins in protective holders to prevent damage and maintain their original appearance over time. Numismatists also enjoy the challenge of identifying subtle variations and errors that can appear even in modern coins. While the 2004 D dime is largely consistent, there are occasional instances of die cracks, doubled dies, or other minor minting anomalies that can significantly increase a coin's value. Collectors study these features carefully and use them to distinguish truly exceptional coins from the standard uncirculated examples. The 2004 D. Roosevelt dime also plays a role in educating younger generations about the history of U.S. currency and the importance of preserving historical artifacts. Coins like this serve as a hands-on tool to explore the life of Franklin D. Roosevelt. The March of Dimes program and the evolution of American coinage. Students and hobbyists alike can learn about minting processes, design, symbolism, and economic history through the study of these seemingly simple pieces of metal. Finally, the 2004 D. Roosevelt dime represents a combination of history, artistry, and careful preservation. It is more than just a coin. It is a reflection of American heritage and the ongoing story of its people. Collectors and enthusiasts value it for its historical significance, pristine condition, and the connection it provides to both the Denver Mint and the legacy of President Roosevelt. Owning a 2004 D uncirculated dime is a way to celebrate the past, enjoy the present, and preserve a piece of history for the future. Next up, the 2015 Roosevelt dime with a P Mint mark is a coin that belongs to the long and celebrated series of dimes in the United States, which began in 1946 to honor President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, a leader whose legacy in American history is remembered for his vision, courage, and dedication to the nation. And this particular coin represents not just currency, but a piece of history that has passed through countless hands over the years. And although the 2015 version is relatively recent, it still holds interest for collectors, especially in its less than perfect or rough condition, which tells a story of everyday circulation and life in the United States during the mid-2010s. Roosevelt dimes are composed of a blend of copper and nickel with a silver appearance, and they weigh just over 2¼ grams with a diameter of 17.9 millimeters and a thickness of 1.35 millimeters, and the 2015 coin continues the tradition of featuring Roosevelt on the obverse with his profile facing left, designed by John R. Cynic, whose work has been praised for capturing the dignity and determination of the president, and the reverse features the torch olive branch, an oak branch symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, which are enduring values of the United States. The P Mint mark on this 2015 Roosevelt dime indicates that it was produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which is one of the oldest and most significant mints in American history, dating back to 1792, and coins from Philadelphia have often been produced in large quantities, but each coin is still unique with its own tiny imperfections and variations, which makes even a common date like 2015 intriguing for collectors who enjoy examining minute details of the minting process and the marks left by machinery and handling. Even in rough condition, a 2015 P dime has a market value that can be surprising to some because collectors often look for coins with historical significance or coins that fill gaps in their collections, and while circulated coins from recent years may not reach the high prices of older rarities, they still can sell for a few dollars above face value, and in bulk they can become an investment opportunity or a way to begin a coin collection without spending large sums, and enthusiasts often find joy in identifying subtle differences between mint years and mint marks, which adds depth to a collection. The history behind Roosevelt dimes is rich and tied closely to the story of the 20th century. In America, Roosevelt was elected during the Great Depression and led the country through difficult times, and the dime was introduced shortly after his death as a tribute to his leadership and his role in founding the National Foundation for Infantile Paralysis, which later became known as the March of Dimes, and the coin itself has become a symbol not only of monetary value, but also of charitable efforts and civic responsibility, reflecting the enduring legacy of one of the nation's most admired presidents. Collecting Roosevelt dimes, like the 2015 P in rough condition, can be educational because it encourages people to learn about minting techniques, the history of the United States in the 21st century, and the way coins circulate in everyday life. And examining these coins closely reveals tiny details that often go unnoticed on new coins, such as subtle changes in design, weight, or metal composition, and collectors often appreciate the tactile feel of coins, which tells a story that photographs cannot capture. The market value for a 2015 P Roosevelt dime in rough condition today depends on demand-supply and the context in which it is sold, and while individual coins may only fetch a small premium over their face value when sold to local collectors or online, the coin may be part of a larger collection that increases its overall value, and the thrill for collectors comes from identifying coins with small variations, errors, or unusual wear patterns, which can turn a simple dime into a small treasure with historical and numismatic significance. In addition to monetary value, these coins serve as a bridge to the past and a way for people to connect with history in a tangible manner. Because each coin has passed through many hands, each coin has been spent, saved, or lost, and each coin has traveled across cities, states, and even countries, giving it a story that is unique and collectible. And the 2015 P dime in rough condition is no different, because it represents not only the era in which it was minted, but also the everyday life of ordinary Americans who handled it before it became part of a collection. For collectors and history enthusiasts, a 2015 Roosevelt dime P Mint mark coin offers a chance to study design elements closely, including the texture of the coin, the sharpness of the lettering, and the relief of Roosevelt's portrait. And although rough condition coins may have scratches, dents, or discoloration, these imperfections add character and authenticity, reminding us that coins are tools of commerce and carriers of history, and that each mark is a trace of its journey through time and the hands of countless people. Finally, featuring a 2015 P Roosevelt dime in rough condition on your collection or video allows viewers to appreciate the blend of artistry, history, and everyday life that coins represent, and it encourages curiosity about the past and a deeper understanding of numismatics, the study and collection of coins. And while the 2015 dime may not be rare in the traditional sense, it still tells a story, and its value extends beyond dollars into the realm of knowledge and connection with history, offering a Small but meaningful glimpse into the culture and economy of the United States in the 21st century. Next up, the 2016 Roosevelt dime is a fascinating coin that holds a special place in the collection of numismatists and casual coin enthusiasts alike. And even though it may appear ordinary at first glance, it carries a story that dates back to the introduction of the Roosevelt dime in 1946, after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, and was designed by the talented artist John R. Cynic, whose initials are subtly engraved on the obverse of the coin near the base of the neck of the president, and the design was meant to capture the dignity and strength of a man who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II, while also commemorating his lifelong advocacy for the fight against polio, which makes this coin not only a piece of currency, but also a tribute to an important era in American history. The 2016 Roosevelt dime was minted at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the small D mint mark located on the obverse side of the coin, just above the date, and the production numbers for Denver that year were in the hundreds of millions, making it widely available in circulation. However, finding one in old or well-worn condition can be an exciting challenge for collectors because the wear and patina tell a story of decades spent in pockets, cash registers, and coin jars, and each scratch or discoloration adds a unique character that uncirculated coins can never replicate. On the reverse side, the 2016 Roosevelt dime features the familiar torch olive branch, an oak branch representing liberty, peace, and strength, and the details of these designs often become softened over time, giving old coins a distinctive look and feel that is highly appreciated by those who enjoy the aesthetic and historical aspects of numismatics. The lettering United States of America e pluribus unum and one dime remain legible, but may show signs of wear, which collectors often use to grade the coin and assess its overall condition. And while modern coins are not considered rare in terms of mintage, the survival of coins in older circulated condition with minimal cleaning or damage can increase their desirability in the collector market. The market value of a 2016 D. Roosevelt dime in old circulated condition is generally modest, yet it can vary depending on the specific wear, damage, toning, and the overall eye appeal of the coin, and on average collectors might expect to see these coins valued between $1 and $2, but special examples with unusual toning or striking errors can fetch higher prices in auctions or private sales. And understanding the market trends for Roosevelt dimes requires paying attention to coin grading, standards, auction results, and the growing interest in modern collectible coins among younger collectors who are discovering the charm of the dime for the first time. The history behind the Roosevelt dime is inseparable from the life and achievements of Franklin D. Roosevelt, who served as the 32nd President of the United States from 1933 to 1945, and during his presidency, he implemented the New Deal programs to combat the economic effects of the Great Depression and led the country through the complexities of World War II, and his role in founding the March of Dimes to fight polio cemented his legacy in public health, and when the dime was redesigned in 1946, it became one of the first coins to honor a president who had recently passed, making it a symbol of national respect and remembrance, and the design has remained largely unchanged for decades, preserving the historical integrity of the coin. Collectors often pay attention to the subtle differences in the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime, such as the depth of the strike, the placement of the mint mark, the condition of the rim, and the smoothness of the portrait details. And even though this coin was produced for everyday circulation, these small nuances can make a big difference when trying to identify a coin that might be more valuable than the typical examples. And because many coins have been handled extensively over the past years, finding one that retains some of its original luster or exhibits unique characteristics can be a gratifying experience for a collector. The allure of the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime extends beyond its monetary value because it represents a tangible connection to history and the continuity of American coinage, and each coin has traveled through countless hands across the country and even abroad, serving as a small but constant reminder of the economy, culture, and artistry of the United States. And for those who appreciate coins as miniature works of art, the engraving, the symbolism, and the craftsmanship offer an aesthetic pleasure that transcends simple face value and encourages deeper interest in the broader field of numismatics and coin collecting as a lifelong hobby. For anyone starting a collection, the 2016 D. Roosevelt dime offers an accessible entry point into modern coin collecting and provides a chance to learn about grading, preservation, and the history of U.S. coinage without a significant financial investment, and while the coin itself may seem common, the knowledge and enjoyment gained from studying it and comparing it with other dimes from different years and mints can be immensely rewarding and engaging, especially when discovering subtle differences or learning the stories behind why certain coins are more sought after by collectors. Preservation of old circulated dimes, like the 2016 D, requires careful handling to maintain their condition and avoid cleaning or polishing, which can damage the surface and reduce collector value, and storing them in acid-free holders or coin albums, and keeping them away from extreme humidity and temperature fluctuations will help retain their character and make them more appealing to future buyers or collectors who appreciate the authenticity of naturally aged coins that carry their own unique history of use and circulation. Finally, the 2016 D Roosevelt dime serves as a reminder of how even the smallest coins can have significance both historically and culturally, and collecting them offers a chance to connect with the past and observe the evolution of design and minting technology in the United States. And while this dime may not be worth millions, it embodies the story of an important president, a legacy of public service, and a snapshot of everyday life in modern America, making it a coin worth noticing, studying, and preserving for generations to come. Next up, the 2017 Roosevelt dime is one of the fascinating coins in the series of United States dimes that were first introduced in 1946 to honor the life and legacy of President Franklin Delano Roosevelt, whose leadership and vision left an indelible mark on the nation. This coin features the familiar profile of Roosevelt on the obverse side, with his determined expression and the intricate detail of his hair and facial features that have been meticulously preserved through decades of coinage. Craftsmanship: the coin carries the letter D on its face, signifying that it was minted at the Denver Mint, which has been producing coins for the United States for over a century and has a reputation for quality and precision. Collectors pay special attention to this mint mark, as it often determines the rarity and value of the coin over time. The design of the Roosevelt dime has remained remarkably consistent over the years, capturing the essence of the former president, who is not only a political figure, but also an inspiration to millions through his commitment to public service and his advocacy for those affected by polio. The reverse side of the coin features an olive branch, a torch, and an oak branch representing peace, liberty, and strength, and these symbols are rendered with sharp detail that makes each dime a miniature work of art. The coin is composed primarily of a copper core with a layer of nickel, giving it a distinct color and weight that collectors and enthusiasts appreciate when handling the coin for examination or display. The 2017 D Roosevelt dime in good condition is particularly interesting for collectors because it represents one of the last coins minted in a year that saw a relatively high circulation, yet has maintained its quality over time. Coins in good condition show only minor signs of wear and retain most of their original design, making them valuable not just as currency, but as collectible items that can increase in worth over the years. The value of such coins today can range from a modest amount for everyday collectors to higher sums for those seeking to complete a collection or invest in numismatic treasures. The history of the Roosevelt dime itself is deeply intertwined with the story of modern America, as it was created shortly after the death of Roosevelt to honor his contributions to the country and his role in founding the March of Dimes, an organization dedicated to combating polio. The release of the dime served both as a tribute and as a means to raise awareness for public health initiatives, and it quickly became a staple in the currency of the United States, forming part of everyday transactions while also slowly gaining recognition among coin collectors for its design and historical significance. Collectors often focus on mint marks and years to determine the scarcity and potential value of a coin. The 2017 D dime is interesting because while millions were produced for circulation, the survival of coins in good condition is less common, and this makes them appealing for those looking to preserve a piece of modern history. The minting process at the Denver Mint ensures that each coin is struck with care and precision, and the materials used give the coin a longevity that allows it to be passed down through generations without significant deterioration. In addition to its historical context, the 2017 D Roosevelt dime holds aesthetic appeal with the fine details of the torch and branches on the reverse side, offering collectors and numismatists an opportunity to appreciate the artistry involved in American coinage. The coin's size and weight make it easily manageable for storage and display, and collectors often seek out high-quality examples for their personal collections, or for investment purposes with the expectation that the value may appreciate over time as coins in good condition become scarcer and demand increases. The 2017 D-dime also has significance in terms of its role in everyday commerce, as it is one of the smallest denominations, yet carries a symbolic representation of American resilience and leadership. The Roosevelt dime has passed through countless hands in its lifetime, and each coin carries a story of the transactions it has been a part of while simultaneously standing as a collectible item for those who recognize the importance of preserving numismatic history for future generations. Investors and collectors alike often turn to resources and market guides to determine the current value of coins like the 2017 D Roosevelt dime. In good condition, the value can fluctuate based on demand, scarcity, and overall condition, and while it may not reach the extreme values of older rare coins, it still holds a respected place in collections due to its connection to Roosevelt and its consistent design that has been admired for decades. The coin's appeal is both historical and practical, offering a tangible link to American history and culture. Preserving the 2017 D Roosevelt dime in good condition involves careful handling and storage to prevent scratches, discoloration, or other forms of damage. Collectors use protective sleeves, cases, and controlled environments to maintain the coin's quality and ensure that it retains its numismatic value over time. By doing so, the coin continues to serve as a bridge between past and present, allowing future generations to hold a piece of history in their hands while appreciating the craftsmanship and symbolism embodied in this small but significant piece of currency. Finally, the 2017 D Roosevelt dime represents more than just its face value. As a 10-cent piece, it embodies a rich history, a tribute to a beloved president, and an example of the artistry and care involved in American coinage. Its presence in a collection signifies an appreciation for history and a dedication to preserving the stories and symbols that have shaped the United States. And for those who seek out coins in good condition, it offers both a tangible investment and a connection to the enduring legacy of Franklin Delano Roosevelt and the era in which he lived. Thanks for watching.